Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to madam. My name is Nurul Aina Sofia binti Momfarid, and for the short story that our group have chosen is the necklace for our video presentation for today. Now before we move on, let me introduce our group members. Our group member consists of 5 members, which is me, Muhammad Faris Naim, Aisyah Najihah, Siti Nuraqila Alia, and Amira Natasha binti Redzuan. Now let's start off with the introduction. So, the necklace was published in the year of 1884 by Guy De Maupassant. As a French naturalist writer, Guy De Maupassant writings typically captures the life of the lower to middle class society in a more realistic light. In the necklace is one of his best known and most anthologized pieces, is a prime example of his style and mastery of the short story form, as the necklace tells about the protagonist who strive for finer materials goods and end up learning a valuable lesson through an unfortunate accident. And before we move on, let me give you a summary of the story, The Necklace, as the story centers around our protagonist, which is Matilde Luizel, a woman who longs for a luxurious life but is married to a modest clerk. When she is invited to a fancy ball, she borrows a beautiful diamond necklace from her wealthy friend, Madame Forestier. Matilde enjoys the evening, but later discovered she has lost the necklace at the balls. To replace it, she and her husband take up loans and buy similar necklace, costing them years of hard work and financial struggles. Eventually, Matilde learns that the original necklace was a fake, was only the fraction of the cost they paid to replace it. As the story twists and highlight themes of pride, materialism, and the harsh consequences of dishonesty. And that's it from me. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Thank you, Aina Sofia. My name is Mohd Naim, and I will present the first moral value from this short story named The Necklace. So, my first moral value is about the deceptiveness of appearance. So, the first point from this moral value is about social perception versus reality. Based from the short story, Matilde's belief that her appearance and charm entitle her to a higher societal status contrast sharply with her actual modest means. So, based from the short story I have quote, she suffered ceaselessly, feeling herself born for all the delicacies and all the luxuries, from page number 1. And my second point from this moral value is about symbolism of the necklace. So, based from this short story, the necklace initially symbolized Mathilde's perceived entry into high society, but its true value reveals the gap between appearance and reality. Based from the short story, I have quote, she had no dresses, no jewels, nothing, and she loved nothing but that. She felt mad for that. From page number 1. And my number 3 point is about a broader societal critique. So, based from this short story, the story critiques a society that values appearance over substance, suggesting that societal status is often built on fragile illusion rather than genuine achievement. So, based from this short story, I have quote, she suffered from the poverty of her dwelling, from the wretched look of the walls, from the worn out chairs, from the ugliness of the curtain, from page number 1. And my last point, which is number 4, is about psychological impact. So, from the story, Mathilde's obsession with appearance leads her into a spiral of deceit and dissatisfaction, highlighting the psychological toll of pursuing an illusion. So, based from this short story, I have quote, she would so have liked to please, to be envied, to be charming, to be sought after. From page number 1. That's all from me, and I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Faris Naim. I'm Aisyah Najihah binti Silahudin, and I will be presenting on the second moral value. So the second moral value is responsibility. This is because there are recognizing mistakes and taking accountability in the story. So as you know, the first step towards responsibility is recognizing one's mistakes. So in the story, in page 4, we see this when Madame Loisel exclaims, I have lost Madame Forestier's necklace. So this moment is crucial as Madame Loisel acknowledges her error. Although initially, instead of being fully honest with Madame Forestier, she decides to replace the necklace secretly. So this decision set the stage for the hardship that follow, but also marks the beginning of their journey towards taking responsibility. Okay, second is the hard work to correct the mistakes. Alright, once they realize the necklace is lost, both Madame and Monsieur Loisel decide to replace it. This shows that they do not run away from their responsibility but face it head on. For example, in the story in page 5, she took her part, moreover, all on a sudden with heroism. So Madame Loisel, who once dreamed of luxury, now engages in strenuous household chores. She washes the dishes and carries water, like a drastic change from her previous lifestyle. This change signifies her acceptance of the consequences of her action and her determination to correct her mistakes. Okay, third is long-term commitment to repaying the debt. Okay, responsibility often involves long-term commitment. So the couple's decade-long effort to repay the debt is a testament to this. For example, in page 5, each month they had to meet some notes, renew others, and obtain more time. So this persistent effort over 10 years demonstrates their unwavering commitment to taking responsibility for their action. Despite the hardship, they did not shirk their duty. This highlights the importance of steadfastness and perseverance. And lastly is personal sacrifice and hard work. Okay, Madame Loisel's personal sacrifice further underline the moral value of responsibility. Like the text narrates in page 5, she washed the dishes using her rosy nails on pans. So this line vividly illustrates the essence of her sacrifice, from dreaming of luxury to living a life of labor. Her transformation is stark She engages in manual tasks, showing her willingness to do whatever it takes to amend her mistakes. Okay, so that's all for me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hello everyone, so my name is Siti Nuraqila Alia binti Habib Hasnol, and I'll be explaining about the third moral value that we have found in this short story called The Necklace. So the third moral value that we have found is the importance of honesty. So in this story, we have found a lot of deceptions and lies, and that makes the plot more interesting and longer. So we have found three events that can confirm the importance of honesty in this short story. So the first one is Matilda and Louisel's decision to hide the truth. So I'll be reading the quote from the short story. "You must write to your friend," said he, "that you have broken the clasp of her necklace and that you are having it mended. That will give us time to turn around." And that is on page 4. So in this event, Louisel, which is Matilda's husband, persuades Matilda to lie about the truth. So he told Matilda to tell her friend that she has broken the clasp of her necklace and that they are having it repaired, but honestly, they have lost the necklace. So that will give them time to actually pay her friend. So instead of telling the truth, they decided to lie. This causes them to many years of hardship and most likely 10 years of hardship living in poverty. So, so the second event is the consequences of deceptions. So I'll be reading the code. Louisel now knew the horrible existence of the needy. That dreadful debt must be paid. She would pay it. They dismissed the servant. They changed their lodgings. They rented a garret under the roof. It is on page 5. So in this event, Louisel and Matilda have sacrificed a lot of things in order for them to pay the debt. So, for example, they dismissed their servant, they changed their lodgings, and they also rented a garret under the roof. This makes Matilda and his husband live in poverty for 10 years only just to pay the worth of the necklace that they have lost. So the last event that we have found for the point of the importance of honesty in this short story is the final realizations. I'll be reading the quote. "Oh, my poor Matilda, why? My necklace was paste. It was worth at most 500 francs." So it was on page 6. So in this event, Matilda accidentally encountered her friend on her way taking a walk. So her friend actually told Matilda that her necklace was actually a fake one and it was only worth a fraction of the replacements. This explains the importance of honesty in lives. So Matilda and her husband actually learned a lot of things, such as they need to be truthful and be honest with all the actions they are doing. For example, if they are doing something wrong, they need to tell someone about it. They need to become more honest with their lives. So, I'll be passing the last part, which is the conclusion, to the next one, which is Amira Natasha.
Thank you to Siti Nuraqila Alia. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amira Natasha binti Muhammad Redzuan. So today I will presenting the conclusion. I will conclude the short story analysis, The Necklace. In conclusion, the first moral value in The Necklace shows how appearances can be deceptive. Matilda's desire to look wealthy leads her to borrow a necklace that creating a gap between how she looks and her real life. The necklace, which turns out to be fake, symbolizes the illusion of high society. The story criticizes a society that values looks over true worth. Matilda's obsession with appearances brings her great distress, that highlighting the emptiness of superficial goals. So, benefit that we can get from the first moral value are promotes authenticity. It's valuing real qualities over appearances build genuine self-worth. Secondly, Avoid deception. Understanding that looks can be misleading helps avoid being tricked. Thirdly, encourages contentment. Knowing that true value isn't in appearances leads to more satisfaction. The second last one builds realism. Is embracing reality helps set realistic expectation and resilience. Finally, foster integrity. Prioritizing real achievement encourages honest and ethical behavior. Next, the second moral value is Matilda Loisel learns important lesson about responsibility. She admits her mistake of losing the necklace and decides to replace it. This leads her and her husband to work hard and make personal sacrifice for 10 years to repay the debt. The story shows the importance of facing and fixing one's mistakes, no matter how difficult it is. Benefits that we can get from here are builds character. Taking responsibility makes you stronger and more trustworthy. The second one is promotes growth. Overcoming challenges help you grow and learn. The third one is gains respect. Owning up to mistakes earn you respect from others. The fourth one is teaches discipline. Managing debt teaches financial responsibility. And the last one is life lesson. The experience teaches honesty, humility, and the impact of action. And the last moral values in the story shows why honesty is important. Matilda and her husband hide the truth about losing a necklace and buy a replacement. This lie causes them 10 years of hardship. In the end, Matilda finds out the original necklace was fake and not worth much. This teaches that being honest can prevent a lot of trouble. What are the benefits that we can get? The benefits that we can get are prevent hardship. Honesty avoids long-term problems. Next, build trust. Being truthful strengthens relationships. Furthermore, reduce stress. Telling the truth lowers anxiety. Another, encourages responsibility. Honesty means taking responsibility for actions. Finally, improves communication. Being honest leads to better understanding. Last but not least, in our opinion, the necklace is a powerful and thought-provoking story about the dangers of vanity and the importance of honesty. The story teaches valuable lessons about the perils of materialism, the value of contentment, and the importance of being truthful. It reminds us that honesty is often the best policy and that chasing appearances can lead to unnecessary suffering. So here the list of references that we use in making this video. So that's all from our group. Thank you.